So, you wanna learn about Yu-Gi-Oh? Good. Here's the basics you need to know explained in 5 minutes. Yu-Gi-Oh originally started as a manga by Kazuki Takahashi, and I'm pretty sure he did not expect this level of success, but I'm also pretty sure he never cried himself to sleep over how big it got. Much like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh is now a franchise that survives almost entirely on its derived product. The manga and anime still exist, sure, but the card game? That's the money printer. And that shit has been going full throttle for over 25 years, ruining friendship, wallets, and family dinners worldwide. The story of Yu-Gi-Oh follows a young boy named Yugi Muto, who inherits a lot of his grandpa's stuff after hitting the subscribe button, like ancient artifact, godly completely busted cards, and emotional trauma. You know, normal grandpa stuff. One of those items being an ancient Egyptian puzzle. Puzzle that upon completion comes with a full light show and an edgy alternate personality that occasionally possesses Yugi's body. And wouldn't you know it, it's exactly when the girl Yugi likes starts paying attention to him. The original idea of the series was about games in general, with Yami Yugi being the king of all game. Which is not a metaphor, by the way, that's literally the title. He would challenge bullies, cheaters, rich CEOs, and grown adults who really should not be beefing with a middle schooler whose hairstyle is inspired by Shadow the Hedgehog. And when he wins, he doesn't just win. He can straight up destroy your mind with ancient Egyptian magic. And I mean, it's either that or he banishes you to the Shadow Realm. Nobody knows what the Shadow Realm is, but everybody's pretty sure it's a euphemism for unaliving people. His rival, Seto Kaiba, can only be described as if Elon Musk at 16 discovered dragons and swore revenge on a 10-year-old puzzle enthusiast. Somehow this dude is still allowed back into society after destroying other people's property out of spite, bribing grandpas for personal gain, blackmailing, and organizing a coup to overtake some big corporation. Same as Kaiba basically, so I guess legally speaking, he's fine. And look, that's still better than Pegasus, whose hobby includes stealing souls, living on a private island, inviting dozens of children over to said island for a card game battle royale, which he rigged to make sure nobody other than himself can win. You know, normal villain behavior. But at least now we know where some people get their ideas from. From there, the series slowly stopped pretending to be about random games and become fully focused on Duel Monster, which is the card game everybody knows for ruining entire family wealth. As the story progressed, we learned about the curse placed on the puzzle, the origin of Yami Yugi, even though he himself is completely amnesic, and that the card game that Yugi's grandpas love is actually a modern version of an ancient Egyptian ritual designed to unalive people using real actual monsters to tear their limbs apart. Fun time for the whole family. And somehow that is still only scratching the surface of the story. So obviously with a pitch like that, they had to make the card game real. I mean, would you sit on a gold mine and not take some for yourself? There are currently over 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards in existence. So if you're thinking about starting now, good luck, because that's a lot of cardboards. And organizing it? Oh buddy, forget all about modernized sorting system. Cards or set numbers, expansion IDs, bitch please. The card's name are their unique identifier. That's it. That's the system. No two cards can have the same name, which means you can have multiple cards with the same number reference from different sets and it doesn't matter. Database engineers hate this game with a passion on a molecular level. As the manga evolves, the card game evolved with it. Early Yu-Gi-Oh was simple. You summon monsters, you activate some spells, occasionally you sacrifice a goat, but nowadays, if you blink, you get one turn KO'd thanks to the Fusion Synchro XYZ Pendulum links with probably something that activates from your graveyard, your deck, your hands, your childhood memories, and your tax returns as well. Honestly, everything past the end of the OG Yugi era is legally questionable. Meta jokes aside, the game became faster, more complex, and far less forgiving, which is great. Unless you enjoy having fun. And that's a real shame considering Yu-Gi-Oh has a massive competitive support. But the rules are just as insane as the anime. They originally didn't have a deck card limit, so one German player decided to prove how stupid this was by entering a tournament with, I shit you not, 2,222 cards. Why all these twos? I don't know, but god, holy fuck! How do you even shuffle your deck at this point? Push it down the flights of stairs? Some of the cards' interaction are also completely broken, like the Warrior of Atlantis targeting Legendary Ocean from your graveyard, which is a spell that is always treated as Umi, making it untargetable by the Warrior of Atlantis. Or the infamous Silver Harpy Lady that is always treated as Harpy Ladies, and remember, identification is based on the name, so no, you can't include both versions in your deck. Go fuck yourself, I guess. Konami's official stance on ruling is basically, if there's a conflict of ruling, trust the vibes of the cards. Which, yeah, I guess it's pretty solid rule when you're in a heated debate in a world championship, fighting for first place. And part of greed, still illegal for being godlike busted, just like subscribing to the channel. The meta constantly shifts, but somehow always finds a way to be fast, unfair, and deeply funny, but only from the outside. Which is why nobody hates Yu-Gi-Oh! More than the people who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not just a card game at this point. It's more of a long-term psychological experiment doubled with a Ponzi scheme to see how much bullshit people can tolerate before admitting they have schizophrenia issues. And that was 5 minutes to Yu-Gi-Oh! If you didn't know, now you know. All that's left is to subscribe and check the previous video right here or binge the entire playlist right here.